Welcome to the Dynasty Dugout Show, a podcast covering all things minor league baseball. Get a front row seat to the action with everything you need to know about the future stars of Major League Baseball. And now, here's your host, Chris Clegg.
We've officially hit July. Which prospects had the best data in June and are standing out in a big way? Well, I'm here to break it all down. Before we get to the episode, you know the drill. We're brought to you by Connect Roasters. Connect Roasters is Ian Happ's coffee company, and not just because Ian Happ's, but they make an incredibly good coffee. Just got a new shipment in last week. I got some canned cold brew. They've got the Gold Glove blend that I love. They've got a lot of different blends. Go check them out at connectroasters.com. You can get the Gold Glove blend, Ian Happ's specialty. Buy one, give one 50% off for a bag, which is pretty good value, by using the code Dynasty Dugout at checkout. Also, we're proud to partner with Chinook Seedery, the best sunflower seeds in the game. I have some cinnamon toast that I've been chewing on recently. They're really good if you're in for a sweet flavor. The cinnamon toast is great, but also they've got some spicy flavors like this jalapeno ranch, pretty good. There's a wide variety. I love the dill pickle. They're hard to rank. There's a lot of good flavors with Chinook Seedery. Go check them out, chinookseedery.com. Use the code Dynasty Dugout and get 10% off your order. All right, today's rundown. I'm going to walk through some data for some pitchers and some hitters across the minor leagues and talk about which players have really stood out, which players had the best month of June, because, we talk about samples, and I think oftentimes we get so fixated on like a sample of April because it's new and players struggle and we put too much emphasis on it, or then we miss things. We miss things in like June or July that are taking place when players are breaking out or putting things together. So I'm going to talk about all that. I want to talk about the players that had the best Junes from a data standpoint. We're just going to focus on full season ball, not the complex DSL here, but we're going to start with some pitchers. And let's start with swinging strike rate. So which pitchers had the highest swinging strike rate in June? It starts with Peyton Tolley at the top. Tolley had a phenomenal month of June. He struck out 40% of batters that he faced, which is absurd. He walked just 8%. He had a 22% swinging strike rate. It was the highest of any in the minor leagues. And I'll put a caveat that I did filter this by pitchers that at least faced 75 batters in the month of June. That covers nearly all starting pitchers that pitched regularly in June. So 22% swinging strike rate, a 32% K minus BB rate. He threw strikes at a 67% clip. Just absurd stuff. And Tolley earned his promotion to AA. I wrote about this yesterday, actually. Go check it out, the Dynasty Dugout. I wrote about Tolley's performance. And he's just been awesome. Fastballs up to 99 now. New max 99 miles an hour. He's getting 7'7" of extension on average. So when you're telling me you can throw a fastball 99 with 7'7" of extension, that plays like 103. It's just silly how high it plays. But Tolley's routinely sitting 95, 96. He can create vert. It's a low slot, but he creates vert. He can create some run. It's a tough look for hitters. I really think that Tolley's going to dominate with his fastball all throughout the minors. Now, the slider, he throws a couple variations, a sweeper, a shorter slider, and his low 80 sweeper, upper 80 slider. He has a changeup, 88 to 90. It's still kind of ineffective, but it'll be a work in progress. Tolley will be fascinating if he can refine his secondaries. But Tolley was the best pitcher in a lot of categories. This next one's kind of fascinating to me. Coming in second swinging strike percentage with a 20.3% mark, that's Braden Davis of the St. Louis Cardinals. And I've written about Braden Davis several times this month because he was really standing out. He's a lefty that was drafted in the 5th round last year out of Oklahoma. He's 22 years old. He's on the smaller side. He's 5'11". He's not going to overpower you, but he's kind of one of those guys that he has some traits that you look at and you're like, yeah, this could be an interesting guy. So like when we pull up Braden Davis's pitch data and we look on a pitch level basis of like, what has this guy done and how has he been so successful? First off, you'll probably notice the walks are kind of high. Yep. And the fastball isn't overpowering, as I mentioned. He sits 91, 92 on the fastball, throws a sinker, but he's been up to 97, which is interesting. So that max gives a good idea where it's like, okay, like this potentially could work. It's registering as a sinker, but he's getting like 17 inches of vert from like a 5.5 release height. So I'd say that's more of a running four-seam fastball. So that's pretty good vert from that release height. Davis is primarily a slider changeup secondary. Both sit around 81, 82. And the changeup is interesting. It has about 13 inches of horizontal. And the slider, more of a gyro shape with a little bit more depth than the typical gyro. Both those have been good pitches as well. So Davis has been good. The numbers reflect well. This obviously we're looking at and seeing some really good numbers from him this month. But he also has walked 15% of batters. While he struck out 40.5%, he's walked 15%. The strike rate of 61% is fine. Could improve, but Braden Davis, St. Louis Cardinals, interesting arm. Next up is Jackson Wiggins. He had a 20.1% swinging strike rate. So he had 21.3% K minus BB. Wiggins is breaking out. He's a top 100 prospect. It's a fastball in the upper 90s. It's an electric slider and developing changeup. Now, command is still a question, control, but Jackson Wiggins, he had a strike rate of 62.5%. That's average. Wiggins is in AA. He's been dominant. Jose Gonzalez he's been at the top of several of these markers. Jose Gonzalez is a fascinating name here where we've seen a really good month from him. Now, he has punched out a lot of batters, and that's been huge for him. Struck out 30.8% of batters. He's walked just 2.8%, guys. That's really, really impressive command when you look at it and say, yeah, like this guy has it going on. And how legit is it? That's kind of the question. But Jose Gonzalez, he is with the Texas Rangers org. It's an arm that I've seen decent bit. He's in Spartanburg, so I have seen him a bit. Stuff is fun with Gonzalez, but another arm that I did see is Travis Sakura, who had a 19.9% swinging strike rate, K minus BB of 27.6%. Dominance, 65% strike rate. So he's above average strike rate. Bump to double, continue to perform. I mean, Sakura now is in the upper 90s. He's sitting like 96, touching 99 several times. The split is nasty split changeup, and the slider looks really, really good. Sakura, he's one of the best pitching prospects in baseball. So don't need to go into too much detail there. And I want to talk about Daniel Egan, who's really taken a step forward in the Diamondbacks org. Great month from him, where he struck out 34% of batters, had a 6.3% walk rate, and he had a 19.9% swinging strike rate as well. The strike rate, again, really good. We're looking at a number that's north of 65%. So throwing strikes, limiting walks, and missing bats. Good recipe for success. So that's the swinging strike rate leaders. But let's move over to some of the pitchers that are throwing the most strikes, because command control is good, but does it always matter? So I want to look at the players that have thrown the most strikes this month and talk about whether it's relevant or not. So right out the bat, it's interesting. We have a couple of Rays guys, and the first is Marcus Johnson. Marcus Johnson was a 2022 fourth round pick by the Marlins. He ended up being traded. Johnson is in high A Bowling Green this year, and his numbers this year don't look great. The command numbers look good. He's walked 1.8% of batters, but the ERA 4.56 on the year. It's whatever. In June, 4.33. So still an issue. He's just not missing a ton of bats. He did miss more bats this month, but it's still a 20% strikeout rate, 1.8% walk rate. Really speaks volume. And the strike rate was really, really good. But again, you got to miss more bats than Johnson's missed. And he's also allowed a lot of barrels. So he allowed 7 home runs in the month of June. That'll hurt. But what about his teammate, Gary Gilhill? Gilhill had a rough start to the year and was a little bit worried. I saw Gilhill last year, this spring, and then early this year. And I'd be lying to you if I said I wasn't worried about what I saw from Gary Gilhill. Now, the month of June has been a big bounce back. He's still on strikes. Yeah, he still allowed some runs. He allowed a couple of homers, but 3.04 ERA in the month of June in 4 starts, 23.2 innings. It's only 8 earned runs. But at the end of the day, we've seen a big improvement from Gary Gilhill with strike throwing. His strike rate this month was 72%. That's pretty impressive mark there. Throwing a lot of strikes, he's missing enough bats. He had 24% strikeout rate, just a 12% swinging strike rate, but he's back eating innings. He's back going deep into starts, and he's back limiting walks, which is what we need to see from Gary Gill Hill. Some other guys, John Holobetz, who is here in Greenville with me. Red Sox traded for him. He was part of the trade that sent Quinn Priester over and brought Yoferi Rodriguez. So two of the pieces of the deal are in Greenville, Yoferi and John Holobetz. Holobetz is interesting. He's had a really good year so far. He's got a 3.09 ERA. He has a 26% strikeout rate, just to a 4.7% walk rate. And I've said on several starts of John Holobetz, and he doesn't overpower you, but it's good. And in the month of June, a 2.38 ERA in 22 innings, which is really good. 25 strikeouts, just to 2 walks. So no shock that we've seen him throw strikes at a very high 72% clip. A couple others, Josh Steffen, Texas Rangers org, high pitchability guy. He doesn't walk a lot of guys. I've seen him a lot too. In Rangers affiliates are close. I saw him in the AFL last year. But Carl Stevens really the one I want to highlight, because Carl Stevens threw strikes last month at a 71% clip. And he paired it with a 30.8% strikeout rate, just to a 5% walk rate. So when you are throwing a lot of strikes and you're striking out that many batters, yes, it stands out in a big, big way. Carl Stevens limits damage. He misses bats. He commands the ball exceptionally well. Carl Stevens good. Blue Jays have some arms that have overshadowed him, but I like Carl Stevens. That's Khal Steven a lot. And Jose Gonzalez popped up again in this one. His strike rate was just north of 70% in the month of June. And talked about a couple of those things, other stats for him. So the K-BB might come as no surprise, as I've already talked about several of these. But who had the highest K-BB? Peyton Tolley, 32% in the month of June. Next was Jonah Tong. Jonah Tong, no shock. He's been awesome this year. 40% strikeout rate in June and a 32% K-BB rate. I wonder if Jonah Tong goes to AAA like after the All-Star break. Tong's been awesome. The fastball velocity's increased for the third straight season. He's up to like 95, 96, clipping some 99s. That's been awesome. The new changeup grip. Jeff Ponce wrote about that. Go check it out. It's been dominant as well. Yeah, no shock. Cam Schlittler, if you've been paying any attention or reading any of my articles, I've wrote about Schlittler pretty much every start in June, so he's written about a lot. Dominance. Schlittler struck out 40% of batters in June. He walked just 8.1% of batters faced, 31.3% K-BB, 18.6% swinging strike rate. Really good overall strike rate as well, 69% strike rate. He's doing all the things you want to see. Schlittler's in the Yankees org. That's Schlittler. Cam Schlittler will pitch in the majors soon. Just book it. He will. Joe Boyle, this is an interesting one because Boyle has had his command issues, but Boyle struck out 40% of batters. He walked 9% of batters in June. Good for a 31% K-BB rate. Joe Boyle missing bats, throwing more strikes, guys. It's huge. He had it. And the strike rate still 62.5%, so it's fine, but the walk rate is down. You got to love that. Keeping the ball on the ground, limiting hard contact. Boyle's doing it. And to round it out, Troy Melton, Detroit Tigers. I loved Melton 2 years ago. He struggled last year. Now he's come back and looked really, really good. He had a 36.3% strikeout rate to a 6.6% walk rate, 29.7% K-BB. He's shown a lot of good things as well. So Arsenal looks good. I've written about him. Go check it out. Go search his name on the site. I've got all the pitch data in there you can check out. And obviously, I would love to break down more pitch level data, but harder to do looking at leaderboard kind of stuff like this. But we're going to be back right after the break, and we're going to talk about some hitter data, exit velocities, barrels, contact. Stick around, and we'll be right back with you shortly. All right, home run leaders. Home run leaders in June. Get it started pretty easy with some hitters. My home run leaders are the home run leaders, not mine. Luis Susbel of the Mariners at 11. And I want to caveat, I did filter some of these because there's a lot of older minor leaguers that hit home runs. So like you're looking at old guys, kind of journeymen, maybe it was MLB guys that have been demoted, but these are true prospects that are like actual guys to know. So Luis Susbel did lead the entire minor leagues with 11 home runs. Mariners organization. Susbel's interesting. He has really big pop. There's definitely some things to like about that profile. Hit tool is still a bit questionable, but there's juice for sure. And he's been really good this year. 13 home runs in high A for the year, and 11 came in the month of June. 264, 366, 489 slash line for Luis Suspel, power hitting corner infielder. And yeah, I mean, I know the numbers aren't really great on the surface. Like you look and you say like, he has his slash line, not great, whatever. But the power is legit with Suspel. Like he can really swing it. There's extra base power. He gets the ball in the air. He gets the ball to the pool side. And the contact's not all that bad, actually, when you look at it. He's running a 72.5% contact rate this year. So it's interesting to look at because the next guy we're going to look at, I know he is a little bit younger. So Suspel just turned 22. Lazaro Montes is 20. He'll be 20 for the rest of the year. He'll turn 21 in October. So yeah, it is a little bit of difference age-wise, but Lazaro Montes, he had 10 home runs in the month of June, 21 on the year, 267, 388, 582 slash line. You look at the batted ball profile, it's kind of interesting. Suspel pulls the ball more. He hits the ball in the air at similar rate. So you like to see those things. The contact rates are much better with Luis Suspel, which is weird, but it is what it is. I love Montes. Obviously, I've got Montes ranked a lot higher. He's younger. He's showing some really good things, but interesting comparison and contrast from the two teammates there. We'll see how the rest of their seasons fare out, but Spencer Jones hit 9 home runs last month. He had an awesome month. He was promoted to AAA, and it'll be interesting to follow. Contact rates are bad, guys. Really bad. End zone whiff, horrific. I'm curious what comes of this in AAA. It'll be public now. I mean, I had the non-public data for him, but we'll have public data, and we'll see. I mean, the exit velocities are through the roof. Like Spencer Jones had a 9th percentile of 110 miles an hour in AA, just like stupid kind of power. Again, lots of balls in the air, and he's shown the ability to get to the poolside power. He changes his stance all the time. And honestly, like if you look on the surface, like, okay, not bad. So far, or in AA, Jones had a 274, 389, 594 slash line, but he struck out 34% of the time. The contact data, as I said, really bad. The end zone contact rates were scary concerning. And I don't know. I have a hard time with Spencer Jones. It's an athlete. He's got tools. He's got power, speed, but I don't know if he's going to make enough contact to be an everyday player. Maybe I'm wrong on this, but he kind of profiles as a guy that may not make it. And I may be wrong with this. He's 24. He's been a pitcher in the past, but he's going to have to clean up the contact, guys. All right, Michael Arroyo, 8 home runs in the month. God, this Mariners team, by the way. I know Arroyo and Laz Montes now in AA, but I mean, that high A Everett team, that's a place to hit, by the way. Those guys can hit, and they hit for power there. That's a very hitter-friendly park. 8 home runs, 15 or 16 on the year. Arroyo has one in AA so far, but 15 in Everett. And he had a tremendous month of June. He's kind of hanging around, smaller guy with pop. He slashed 322, 446, 644 with as many strikeouts to walks in June. So that's Michael Arroyo. That's your home run leaders I wanted to highlight. But what about contact? These guys are interesting. There's a point of diminishing return with contact where you can make so much contact, it doesn't matter. You know, it is what it is. But these guys made the most contact in the month of June. Starting with William Bergola, Chicago White Sox. He's 20 in AA. This is such an advanced hit tool. I'd say he's a 70 hit. Like, it's a legit profile. And it could be higher if he actually had good angles, but a lot of ground balls in the profile. And yes, Bergola has not hit a home run this year. He has 15 doubles and a triple, but the contact is absurd. He has struck out at a 5.5% clip for the season. And he had a 95% contact rate, 95.5% contact rate in the month of June, 91.7% overall. Really just like stupid contact. Like, he puts the bat on everything. Guys, he played 23 games in June. Guess how many times he struck out? Once. One strikeout in 23 games in the month of June. So crazy stuff. A lot of balls in play. Is he an impact like major leaguer for fantasy? Maybe not, but yeah, I mean, he can definitely swing it. Javier Vaz, Kansas City Royals, another contact-oriented hitter, AA, product of Vanderbilt. Been really good as well. The hit tool is good. He's got some speed to burn. And Vaz is another one who ran a 93% contact rate in the month of June, 91.2% on the year. Really good. Like to see that. Less ground balls than Bergola, but maybe less impact too, if we're being honest. He does not get too many extra bases. 5 doubles on the year. That's it. So again, contact-oriented profile, maybe it's to the point of diminishing return where it doesn't matter as much. Also, the big difference, he is 24, soon to be 25, so a little bit of an older prospect. I get it. He was drafted in 2022, but, Vaz is one of those cog hitters in the minors that's going to make a lot of contact. He struck out 5 times in the month of June, so really good stuff from Javier Vaz, V-A-Z. Franklin Arias, he actually had a terrible month, but the contact remained. Franklin Arias had a 92% contact rate in the month of June. He's at 92% for high A, so he stayed consistent. But the numbers, when you look at them, were actually really bad. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I think that Franklin Arias got overhyped, but I do think he got overhyped. I've said this. I've wrote about it. People pushing Franklin Arias into the top 10 was too much for me. I've seen Arias for a couple years now. Saw him last year. Seen him this year. I just thought it was too much, honestly. I've seen him a lot. He's a good hitter. A lot of contact. But again, the quality of contact hasn't necessarily been there. The EVs have taken a step back from last year. They're not as good. The launch angles, I don't know. He's kind of flaring some balls. Not what I love. He had 2 doubles, 2 homers in the month of June. He still struck out 6 times, which isn't bad. Walked 7 in 20 games, 92 plate appearances, but he hit 169. So that's pretty bad. 228 OEP and a 265 slug. So Arias had a 493 OPS. We obviously know that's not who he is. I mean, he's been pushed aggressively. He's a top 50 prospect for me. I'm not willing to go higher right now, but I'll be the low man on him, I guess. I've seen a lot of them. I feel pretty confident in my evaluation of Franklin Arias, but a couple others. Mitch Jebb, Pirates, 91.5% contact rate, and Joshua Kuroda Grower, that was spelled Joshua Kuroda, Kuroda -Grauer, athletics organization, 90% contact rate. He's another one of those pure contact hitters where it was drafted last summer out of Rutgers, $1 million bonus. He is a substantial bat to ball type. Again, no home runs on the year, 18 stolen bases. He's a fascinating prospect. He was really good in the month of June. I do want to pull up the exact numbers because I did write about him several times where he was quite solid. Again, he struck out 7 times, had 8 walks, and he had a 321, 385, 368 slash. When you're slugging below your OBP, though, I mean, yeah, it's not good. But here's what you've been waiting for. If you stuck around, thank you to the very end. Our data darlings, our exit velocity, barrel rate, EV guys that stood out. Unfortunately, Bryce Eldridge did go down with an injury. Sucks because he was mashing. In the month of June, Bryce Eldridge had a 96 mile an hour average EV, a 115 max, and a 14% barrel rate. That's just kind of stupid power. Like, I mean, Eldridge is young. He was going to reach the major. I'm not going to say he's not. The injury kind of put a damper on things, pushed him back a little bit. He might still reach the majors this year. It might just be later than we hoped. Aaron Sabato is interesting. First rounder back in 2020, by the way, $2.75 million bonus. Is Sabato having a career resurgence right now? I don't know. He was hurt, but he's returned and he's been actually really good. He had an oblique injury and he's come back from it and he's mashed. Like, he's looked the part. And this is the kind of Twins profile that you look at and it's like a 3 true outcome type. And it's like, I don't know. He has improved the strikeout rate and contact rates pretty substantially this year. That's very, very important. Sabato, if he's going to reach majors, he's going to have to make contact. And that's what he's done. He's running 90% zone contact rate right now, which is crazy. He has cut the chase rate, 27%, and the overall contact rates on the year. In AAA, it's 82%. Overall in the year, 74%. Not bad, especially when you put up these kind of EVs. 96 mile an hour average EV in June, a 112 max. Well, here's the problem, guys. 6% barrel rate, a lot of ground balls, inconsistent launch angles. Wasn't creating barrels in the month of June, but there's still juice in the bat. Here's somebody that was creating barrels, and that was Samuel Basallo of the Orioles. Is he getting called up soon? I don't know. I don't think so. I think people have speculated. There's been some injuries. I just don't think they're going to bring Basallo up soon. Yes, he's not on the Futures Game roster. I understand. I just don't think he's going to be called up. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But my tea leaves are they're going to keep him down till August. and he'll maintain eligibility for next year. So he can make a run to that PPI pick. Remember, Orioles got an extra draft pick thanks to Gunnar Henderson. So I can see them doing that same thing. But anyway, Basayo, 95 mile an hour average EV, a 113 max, and a 17% barrel rate in the month of June for Samuel Basayo. He has 16 home runs on the year. He's been phenomenal, guys. And that's not new. Like, we knew that Samuel Basayo could hit. He had 7 home runs in June, 2 doubles. He walked more than he struck out. That's huge. 318, 452, 667 slash. Phenomenal June for Samuel Basayo. He should be earning a promotion, but remember, he's 20 years old. And I'm not saying this isn't the Orioles way, but it's not the Orioles way. He won't turn 21 till mid-August. Don't be shocked if he's not called up till around his birthday. And again, if I'm wrong, I'll wear it. You can jump in the comments, whatever you want to do, that's fine. Colson Montgomery. I won't say his month of June has been great, but it's been much better. He went on the dev list. He had I was told, mental reset. He had a mechanical reset. And honestly, it was good for him. While his average EV was just 88 miles an hour, and he had a 111 max in June, he's at a 115.5 max on the season. He created a 20% barrel rate. Remember, Basayo was 17, 20% barrel rate for Colson Montgomery. That was pretty crazy. He has 11 home runs now in the year in 233 plate appearances, which is awesome. In the month of June, I know he wasn't like hitting for huge power, but he did have 6 home runs in June with 3 doubles and 2 triples. And the slash line, 281 average, which was majorly improved, 338, 672 slash. Yes, the strikeout rate's high, 31%. Chase rate down below 30%. Man, 85% zone contact rate just has me hanging on. I'm like, Colson can be a guy. I believe it. And what about CJ Kayfus of the Guardians? Kayfus had an awesome month. And I've been a Kayfus skeptical, guys. He doesn't hit the ball overly hard, but he creates angles and barrels. And that's exactly what we've seen from CJ Kayfus in the month of June. He had a 17.5% barrel rate, Guardians first base corner outfield prospect, 108 max. So it's like lacking high end power, but he did have a 92 mile an hour average EV, which is kind of wild. So really good month from CJ Kayfus, where he's showing, yes, I can hit the ball hard consistently. That is what we wanted to see from him. While I can live with him having a 108 max if he's creating barrels like this. He had 6 home runs, 6 doubles, and 2 triples. Strikeout rates have been high. I mean, 30% strikeout in the month of June, but still 279, 382, 605. So that's a little bit concerning as well, where I'm like, man, I don't know. But Kayfus, barrels, we'll see if he does it. But it's going to be the show. Thanks for tuning in. These were our data darlings. Hope you'll join us tomorrow. We'll be back. And I hope you'll subscribe on your favorite podcast platform, on YouTube, wherever it is. Thank you for the support.